Yo, 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 what up, Mizu? What up, Tradebreaker? This move was looking kinda nice, but couldn't enter. It's pre-market. All right, market open. We gotta put, different couple of potential plays. We just kind of sold off 60 points right before market open. The entire overnight move though was like a 200-point move up today. Yo, what up, Vinny? We had like a big overnight move last night. It was like 200 points. And then this little price leg right here, we kind of sold off 60 points. So I'm kind of interested to see how we react. I'm not bearish or bullish at the moment. I don't know what I'm looking at the moment. It's like we've just been pumping forever. I think I want to lean short, but like we also have like a lot of liquidity to the upside still too, so I don't know. I just have to see. Yo, what up, Garbear? Yo, yo, yo. Pushing back up really aggressively though, so that's like a good sign for long soon. We'll see. If not, and we continue selling off, I mean, ES still has, the only thing I'm concerned about is ES has double equal highs at the moment. But we still haven't taken out these London lows. We're close to taking out these London lows on ES, if that makes sense. So that still could be a target on ES, but upside could also be a target. So yo, 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 what up, Raymond? So kind of just eyeing this fair value gap at the moment. I don't know if it's the smartest idea to take a trade right now long. I think it's best to like sit this one out. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a really strong V-shaped recovery, right? But I just don't like how weird it, like we had too many random fair value gaps right here, right? Which is fine, but like I just don't like how we're moving. I mean, I like how we're moving, but I really don't know where we're gonna push at the moment. We have too many different liquidities that I'm kind of unsure about. Trade breaker at that point, because that's kind of like SMTs, right? You just want to stay away from those type of market conditions because they're giving you two different objectives. That's really what's happening right now. So you'll see NQ's pushing, ES is selling off, right? We're holding this fair value gap on ES. NQ is disrespecting it, right? And we want to push higher. At that point, it's either you just have to put on the trade and it's either TP gets hit or stop loss gets hit, or you just avoid the trade altogether. And what I'm gonna do in this situation is I'm gonna sit this trade out. Like I want to take a long right here, right? But it's probably not the smartest idea because ES is still holding this fair value gap and we might sell off, right? So that's why I might have to forego this trade right here. Plus, like we were pushing up overnight like 200 points, right? But the thing is, like we've just been pumping nonstop. Probably close to 400 points, but I just don't like how we have double equal highs on ES and we still have room to go to the upside, right? So I like longs and downside, so it's kind of just, let's see, a couple different spots, right? Yo, what up, your boy Sam? Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? So you see what I'm talking about, Trade Breaker? It's like you get two different things right here, right? NQ's pushing, ES is selling off, right? It's best to avoid these types of trades the best you can. Unless it's just NQ, or sorry, unless ES just decide to start pushing as well. It's like you get two different objectives. You're either gonna get chopped out of the trade, or it's just probably not a good idea to take the trade overall. Like I want to take trades, guys, but I have to stay away. I gotta stay disciplined. What made you create a YouTube channel? First of all, just the opportunities that it presents, first and foremost, right? I want to be able to build a personal brand that kind of gives me a platform to kind of reach other different opportunities, like maybe sponsorships or like affiliates, right? Stuff like that. But just to also share my journey. I feel like there's still a lot of potential with my trading, and I want to kind of document that. Also, we're kind of starting off pretty nice, but also, yeah, there's a whole bunch of bullshit in the trading space at the moment, right? Everyone's kind of doing some scummy shit. I'm not gonna lie. Trading is just kind of full of scammers. I'm not gonna lie. So I just want to bring a fresh look to the trading space. Kind of just be myself and be transparent. Try to show you guys the process, right? But yeah, I think everyone should have that type of mindset, though. Not necessarily like that type of mindset, but like just starting a YouTube channel, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's like I never started it in hopes that I was gonna make it big, right? I mean, that's always like nice, right? But for me, what do you call it, bro? I was streaming to like 0 people for a long time, bro. Like it was just for me to kind of journal as well, right? So I could always go back on my YouTube channel and just like look at my previous trades or whatever, right? Stuff like that. It was also kind of punishment for me to hold myself accountable, right? I feel like my trading has progressed a lot, right? Because I started documenting my stuff. I'm kind of afraid that people will judge me, right? But there's nothing wrong with that, right? You shouldn't be afraid about what people think, but more like I have people watching me. I should be following what I preach, right? I should be doing what I keep saying that telling other people to do, right? So yeah, I think everyone should try to like start a YouTube channel. You never know, like you might be a personality that people connect with, kind of resonate with, and you guys can build a brand off that. Plus it doesn't hurt, right? It's just a YouTube channel. You don't even have to show your face, right? You just show up, show your guys' trade, and just do whatever, right? Yeah, it's kind of like a journal, bro. Plus I've always wanted to be a YouTuber when I was a kid, but I never thought I'd be a kind of YouTuber like in the trading space, but it kind of just happened, bro. I thought I was gonna do like gaming videos for a while. But yeah, see, this is really ass to trade, guys. I wouldn't say trade this right now. Even if we inverse this, bro, I don't like this at all. At any moment, ES could sell off and we just get stopped out on this trade. Look at, so if I enter this trade on long, right? Let me explain this to you guys why this is not a good long. Let's say we inverse and close above, right? because of how close we are to these London lows on ES, right? Which is the objective on ES, right? You see how we're kind of stalling right above London lows? If at any point we close above on NQ and we just decide to, you know, start pushing, right? All of a sudden, what if ES starts selling down super aggressively and we get stopped out of the trade? Well, why did we get stopped out? It's because ES is super close to its London low objective. It wants lower, but we weren't patient. We entered early, right? And then we get stopped out of the trade, right? And people wonder why they get stopped out of the trade. I'm like, why was this a bad inversion, bro? Like, it's because ES is gonna drag us down, bro. I don't like, once both start aligning, right? When NQ and ES starts both aligning, then that's when that's your go signal, right? But at the moment, ES is just selling off, right? So now look at this. So now we completed the objective. If NQ at this point decides to start pushing, then I would be comfortable taking this long now. Now would be a time that makes sense for a long, right? But like, even then, like, we still have a lot of room for downside, so just have to be careful, right? I'm not long or short. I don't really like either at the moment. But at this point, you kind of just have to put on a trade. I think today's a type of day where you just go half size. I really do think that, but yeah. Guys, make sure you guys go check out Apex though, or Tradeify. There's a lot of good sales going on at the moment. I believe 80% off on Apex still. $85 activation fee. I love when Apex runs the $85 activation fee. You guys could get a lot of accounts for cheap. Oh, we're starting to push. You guys could get a lot of accounts for cheap, and what do you call it? The activation fee is pretty cheap as well. And then I believe Tradeify is also 40% off. You guys get 2 uses per customer, so this is a really big sale from Tradeify as well. They have straight to funded accounts, if you guys want to try that, or the growth accounts with no activation fee. And then I believe My Funded Futures still has, yeah, it expires tomorrow. If you guys have never traded with My Funded Futures account before, 50% off on one account, and then the next account you guys get is buy one get one 25% off, and that's for people who have already traded with them. Make sure you guys use code monk. That's monk with 2 Ks. And then finally, funding ticks. I think funding ticks is maybe still 35% off. Who knows? Ahmed, I did not enter yet. No, I'm not in. I should probably get rid of this, huh? I'll do this instead. No, we took that internal already, bro. I don't know if I like this. That would have been my break even right there. I think I must pass on this trade, guys. I don't like it. Looks good for upside. I think I just have to pass on it though. I don't care if it goes to TP. I'm just gonna. I wasn't ready for this trade. Okay, well it just blasts off. There you go. Okay, well that's I like that movement though, but I think I hesitated too much. I just didn't like it because we already took this internal. Right? So we already took this internal right here. So I was afraid that, because this was going to be my break-even point, right? But we already took it with this candle. I was hoping that we would close around right here, maybe. So I could try to play it right here and then go break-even immediately. But then we already took all those highs, so hey. Alright, so that's that play. If you guys took that, nice. The reason that was the target was it was a previous session high. From a couple days ago, from last Wednesday, so I was kind of eyeing that. Yeah, it was previous to London high from last week. So now, okay, if we get a move to the downside now, like, I would be okay with that too. So if we get something right here, I'm just kind of eyeing it. I didn't enter the trade, Ahmed. But my stop loss would have been right here. If I did enter this trade, it probably would have been below these swing lows right here. You see though, like why we don't enter during this chop, right? And why we start pushing now, right? Because ES completed the objective for downside, right? So now there's nothing to hold us down technically on ES. So once ES starts pushing, that's when NQ takes off, right? I hope you guys understand that. I hope that makes sense. Monk, it's TB. I'm not sure why my comment keeps getting deleted. Oh, really? I have no idea. I don't have any banned words either. I don't know why. Jesus Christ, bro. We're just pushing still. Let me take a poll real quick. Kind of curious and seeing what y'all are doing. Wait, how do I do? Come on. That is not what I meant to do. At this point, I think maybe we're probably still bullish. I might wait for a retrace if I could get something. Man, maybe we should have taken it, but I don't want to think about it, bro. Like this was, I was hesitant right here. For sure, I didn't think that we were gonna push, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There's not really much to work with right here. How many Apex accounts can we trade using group trade? Up to 20. 20 accounts. Volume is looking good. Yeah, it is. It is. Alright, I'll take a jab if we could get a retrace. Could have made 1,000. Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm not even in this trade. You only trade at New York Open 9:30. Yeah, I only start trading at 9:30. I used to trade during like Asia, but that wasn't a good. That was when when we got hella volatility. I don't try to do that anymore. I only try to trade it during market open at 9:30, New York. I only trade for like an hour 30 nowadays. If I don't find a setup within that time, then I just don't trade that day. This is still looking good for longs. The reason that's still looking good for longs is ES didn't take out this internal yet. So we still have at least room to go on ES if this retraces on NQ. But we might be just super bullish, so 7. Any suggestions for risk per trade to pass prop firms? I use 0.5. I just risk about, honestly, when I trade prop firms on eval, I trade it super aggressively. I'm risking like, so if we have $22,000 of drawdown, I'm risking like 25%. But like that's it. That's because I've already been funded before, right? I don't recommend you guys do that at all if you've never been funded before. I'm just trying to pass my funded account and get straight to the funded stage, if that makes sense. But I think a good normal risk is $2,000. So if you have $2,000 of drawdown, risk like 150 to 200. Try to go for 1 to 2 hours, and it'll take some time to pass, but that's good discipline, I think. If we close strong out here, I'll take it. I'm getting ready to enter, I think. I think my trade will look something like this. Alright, I'm in. I'll go break even at 90 or 60 right here, sorry. 60 is gonna be my break even. Not really much to work off of. I think we're just pushing towards all-time highs again. If ES takes this internal high, just go break even, I think. I'm in on funded, but I think I get stopped. I don't know what this sell-off was right here. Super aggressive sell-off. I don't know what that was. Ideally, okay, so ideally right here we get an inversion up to the upside, but we kind of just inverse to the downside, which kind of sucks. So we just kind of have to see. My stop loss is at the swing low right here. Want to see a drive higher right here. Just look at ES, right? Triple equal highs basically, so that's kind of our target. We might get another re-entry if we get stopped though. We'll see. Super small inversion right here. If we get an inversion right here to the back to the upside, I would like that. I don't know what this super aggressive sell-off was, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, back to break even point about. Yo, what up, Krellux? Yeah, we had a good break. I hope everybody had a good weekend as well. I was just working over the weekend, so not much going on. Not much. Hustling out here as always. Maybe. This trade's kind of choppy though, I'm not gonna lie. Krellix, you had more exams today. That's pretty booty cheek. What accounts are currently trading trailing drawdown or stag drawdown? Apex is Apex. Tradeify, advanced. What else? I think the rest. Literally every other trading industry or a trading account is like funding, ticks. Actually, hold on. Trailing. But then if you get to static, you got top step, right? Top step. Might find a future growth. All right, go break even. TP one hit for me. Let's fucking go. TP one hit. Let's go, guys. I'm up. I'm up. I'll try to hold a runner. Well, okay, I got immediately tagged break even. All right, I'm up 300 on the day, and I'm done for the day. So that kind of fucking sucks because I kept scaling in, right? Like I took the initial entry right here. This kind of blows, bro. This hit TP immediately and just went break even, but I was holding 5 micros and it just didn't play out, unfortunately. I was in on 15 micros, which is way too heavy. I looking back, I kind of regret it. But what was my entry? So yeah, we took the initial entry. Okay, honestly, I took the initial entry right here. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't a proper entry, but so there are certain types of entries that I go for. I call it like starter positions, right? Starter positions. My starter position is, what I mean by starter position is when we're in an uptrend that just doesn't offer any retrace, right? So like this, for example, right? Within this entire price leg, we barely got a retrace right here. And I didn't like how we didn't retrace at all, so I just took a starter position, right? Very, very, very light size, and then I scale in if I need to, right? So when I saw that we weren't gonna retrace into this fair value gap at the moment, right? My fair value gap, or sorry, my stop loss was below this fair value gap, right? You see how my stop loss is below the fair value gap in case we tap into it, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take a starter position, and then if we retrace back in, then I'll scale in, right? But then I was kind of too busy. I wasn't paying attention, and we retraced right here. So I could have had a really nice average, right? I could have had a really nice average, but I didn't see it at the moment. So I only scaled in until like, I scaled in once we got back to break even, basically. So I scaled in once I saw the strong candle closure. So then my average went from like right here to like up here, and then I just moved my stop loss up here. Right, so it was about a 1 to 1.1 R, and that was literally the trade, and then I went break even. So yeah, not clean at all. I don't recommend being in this trade specifically. I think there are better opportunities later. This trade was just kind of I'm not gonna lie, it was just straight mediocre. And yeah, let's see. I mean, if another trade presents itself, maybe, but like these are what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what, to answer your question. The trailing drawdown at the moment, there's only Apex really that's trailing drawdown. Tradeify is trailing drawdown if you trade the advanced accounts, I believe. But everything else should be good. We may expect reversal. We do reverse to the buy side for a gap or a deep retrace to go higher. Yeah, I think we're bound for a retrace soon. So ES took that internal high and we're just selling off now, right? So that makes sense, I guess. If we close below on this fair value gap, I don't know if we sell off. Maybe potential. I don't know if it's a sell off, more like a retrace maybe. I don't know, just today's Monday, so I think be very risk off. I'm very thankful that I'm up on the day, but it wasn't clean at all. Like, I don't like that trade at all. I think that was like a fucking C trade. Like, just PA was terrible right here. We may rebalance to at least 50% the equilibrium range. Let's see. That's possible, yeah. Yeah, we still maybe retrace to 900, 902. Let me draw out the standard deviation leg. See, that'll help. Yeah, if we were to push, bro, I was expecting maybe 2.5, 2 retrace right here. That lines up with the other liquidity. It's just the theme of like trading during the falls, like Q4 and Q3, has just been ES holds us down or NQ holds us down, and there's no clean trade. It's either both of them are just not cooperating, or like that's literally all it's been the entire trading Q3 and Q4, bro. Is ES doesn't cooperate or NQ doesn't cooperate, bro. They're both trading in different directions. Okay, well, we swept that internal liquidity on both sides, and now we're starting to push, right? So this was maybe a cleaner re-entry, but I don't like any trades at the moment. I think I'm already up on the day, so I'm definitely not gonna take another trade, right? There's no point, right? Because today's no news Monday, right? Very risky, right? Especially with Trump speaking as well, right? Later, be very careful, guys. Be very, very careful. Trump's gonna be speaking later. I don't expect anything good. Tomorrow we have at least Jolt's jobs opening, right? Jolt's jobs opening. That really won't move the market too much. Maybe 40 points, right? Maybe a couple points. But yeah, we're looking pretty loaded this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we got red folder news every day the rest of the week. Monday, today, especially today, is the day you don't want to be trading heavy size. Like if you do trade very small size. And yeah. Those small wins will add up throughout the week. It's quite insane how trading can make the average weight of an employee in the US. Yeah, exactly, bro. Oh yeah, I forgot to send you guys So I'm up about $300 on my accounts right now as well on Apex. I'm trading Apex at the moment. But yeah, nice push up so far. So this is what I was kind of envisioning for when we were retracing, right? But never got the follow through. I do like this retrace more because we swept this liquidity, right? So we swept internal. We're still holding the fair value up. Your entry candle should have been this candle right here. This should have been your confirmation candle, right? Strong candle closures out of the fair value gap, right? This candle right here. And then go break even once you hit this internal. So once you go hit this internal, TP1, break even, right? Once you hit that, try to hold for 975. What the fuck? Yo, what the hell? Yo, wait, yo, you guys see that shit? Yo, what the fuck was that candle? Yo, straight to TP2. Look at what I had drawn out. 975.25. What is that high exactly? That high is gonna be on the 15-minute internal swing high within this fair value gap right here. That was my target. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck? Was that during a macro? That's near the end. Okay, that's macro close candle. 10-10 is when that's the end of the market or the macro. Fix, you just got stopped out. Good try, bro. All good, all good. Take that loss like a champ, bro. Good shit, good shit. What's my bias? I was long bias after we swept this liquidity right here. But like, once we swept this internal right here, or sorry, once we swept London high, I was short bias. But we never got any shorts, so I had to flip my bias back to longs right here because we were just pushing, right? So I went back long. Thought we had a 15-minute S&T. Yeah, today's just not really a good trading day, guys. Just be very careful if you guys do take a trade. Let's see what Twitter's up to, though. Oh, guys, thank you guys for helping me reach 100 followers. Let's go. Bro, Twitter is a fucking bitch. It is terrible. It was so hard to, like, try to grow on Twitter, bro. I'm not gonna lie. God damn it. God damn it, Brett. Look at Brett Simba out here, bro. Tradeify CEO. Banking. 150K basically on the day. 5-minute FEG. After 5 minute. Oh my god, bro. What is this, bro? And we absolutely didn't even move. We didn't move anywhere. Alright. That's it for the stream today, I think. Nothing really happened. It's kind of, I mean, a lot of movement, but like it wasn't, I mean, it was clean, but I wasn't really able to capitalize, right? During this entire price leg, wasn't able to get in. Hesitated on this candle right here. If we did enter on this trade, this would have been a clean trade, maybe. Right, but looking back hindsight, I don't know if it was, right? It just didn't look clean to me at the time, and then unfortunately ended up trading during this chop right here. Thankfully made it out, but yeah, today was just no news Monday. It was very risky to trade today. That's why I went lighter size. I did scale into the trade though, but that was after I saw direction in my favor. That was it though. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. This like I said, today's gonna be the end of the stream. I'm up thankfully on the day, and yeah, let's see, 40% off on Apex, or not Apex, sorry, Tradeify at the moment. So if you guys are trading with Tradeify, make sure you guys go get an account. 40% off. Apex is still 80% off, and then $85 activation fee, right? So you guys could use that. Use code Monk, of course. That's gonna end on tomorrow. That's gonna end tomorrow, guys. So all these sales are gonna basically end tomorrow. So cop it now while you guys can, right? The Tradeify sale ends tomorrow as well. Same with the My Funded Futures sale, right? Everything, all the sales end tomorrow. So if you guys don't have an account yet, make sure you guys check out one of these codes, right? Use code Monk, right? And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in, and peace. Break even up there. 30 bucks. Have a great day, y'all. Yup, GG. Hey, you up though. All right, peace, guys.